These are the top 10 best credit unions you can join today, no questions asked. Most people are sabotaging their finances because they're banking at the wrong places and don't even know it. Today, I'm going to give you the top 10 best credit unions you can join right now. No military or secret handshake required, and why having 2 to 4 bank accounts isn't just smart, it's survival in 2025. If you don't make these moves this year, you're going to be left behind. Comment the word freedom if you're ready to break free from big bank BS and take control of your money. Let me paint the picture for you. Imagine your paycheck hitting Friday, but your checking is frozen due to fraud. If you only have one account, you're stuck. You want to make sure that you have a checking and a savings at different institutions is going to equal a safety net. A dedicated savings at a credit union equals better rates. A business account, if you side hustle, equals tax audit protection. And my favorite one, emergency stash account equals peace of mind. They want you to only have one bank account so they can truly control all of your money as they see fit. But here's my pro tip. Big banks love holding your funds hostage. Having 2 to 4 accounts diversifies your risk and gives you leverage. Everyone always asks me the big question, why bank at a credit union? Well, here's the truth they don't want you to know. Higher savings rates, many over 4% on CDs, lower loan and credit card interest rates. It's owned by you, not Wall Street, no gotcha fees, and easier to rebuild your credit with. Big banks see you as account number 87239. Credit unions actually work for you. So what happens if you don't make these moves in 2025? Interest rates are high, layoffs are coming, banks are consolidating. So if you stay loyal to your big bank, you'll watch your savings get eaten alive by inflation and your credit suffer because they won't help you when times get tough. The wealthy already know this. It's your turn. So we got a lot of ground to cover today, but we're going to start with number 1 and work our way to number 10, and not in any particular order, but this is the top 10 best credit unions anyone can join. I'm going to start with the one that's kind of on my hater list lately, but I'm still going to give you the information so you can make an educated decision. And I'll tell you why they're on my hated list also. Navy Federal is coming in, and yes, even non-military can join via a family member or a household member. So if your grandpa or one of your parents was in the Army, you can call them after midnight and tell them your story about your grandfather, your grandma, whoever it was that served in the military, but they unfortunately passed. If you live with somebody, technically, okay, if they have the same driver's license address that you do and you have a lease with their name that you can make on Google, that can get you into Navy Federal. It is one of the largest credit unions in the United States. They're going to be offering super low credit card APRs as low as 10.99%, auto loans starting at 4.09%, and mortgages and VA loans with no PMI. Now, all of the rates and everything we're going to talk about have all been updated as of the recording of July 11th, 2025, so these are very current. Now, their credit cards cap out at $80,000. Now, their flagship goes all the way up to $50,000. You can move your other card limits to your flagship card to cap it out at $80K. So let's say, for instance, you have a $20,000 and a $10,000, and then you have another $20,000 with your flagship. You can take both of those actual credit limits and move them to your flagship card if you have the flagship and those other cards. Now, Navy Federal only pulls from TransUnion, so be aware of that. They also offer a $50,000 personal loan if that's something that you're looking for. And be aware, if you try to do the roommate move, they will verify documents, so make sure that your lease is up to date and both of your driver's license actually match the address of the actual member that's helping you get in. Navy Federal also does offer an actual business sector that is not regional, so anywhere across the United States you can become a member of the business sector if you qualify, but you have to be a member first on the personal side and then apply for your business account after 91 days of being a Navy Federal member. And the reason why Navy Federal is on my hated list right now, because they actually had a $90 million lawsuit by the CFPB dismissed by the Trump administration, just wiped it away, where they actually overcharged servicemen and women overdraft fees that weren't supposed to be charged for. They basically defrauded all involve these people and got away with it scot-free. So that's the reason why they're on my hated list. Just a little small little thing there. Make sure that you watch this till the end because I'm going to tell you the exact recipe on how to build your relationship properly with any credit union so you can get access to high limit credit cards and high limit personal loans also. Now coming in at number 2 is NIH Federal Credit Union. Now remember, I didn't put this in any numerical order for any specific reason. I just put them on the list. I'll be honest with you. Again, anyone can join NIH Federal Credit Union through the National Space Society free membership. All you have to do is sign up. Their credit cards are starting at 8.9% APR for NASA. And another little pro tip here, the longer you have the relationship with any credit union, you can call them and negotiate and see if you can actually have the interest rate lowered. They're very friendly and keen to doing that. Now their CDs are going to be coming around at 4% plus yields, which is really high for CDs also. Now they do offer personal loans that cap out at $30,000 with interest rates starting at 9.84%. Their credit cards do cap out at $30,000. Now this is a very rare credit union because they actually can get you up to $2 million in business funding in their business sector with just a 620 credit score. I know, that's really crazy. And the best part about NASA is there's no hard inquiry to see if you pre-qualify for any of their credit products. And they will only be pulling from experience, so be aware of that. Now, the business sector does have location restrictions to their local area, so be aware. I'll be honest with you, I don't think anybody's ever covered this many credit unions in one video. Now, coming in at number 3 is Andrews Federal Credit Union. Now, all you have to do is be a member of the American Consumer Council, which anyone can join, just so you're aware. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, but the Casasas checking earns you up to 5.5% APY. This is one of my favorite things that a lot of credit unions do, that they're actually gonna pay you money to keep your money in their bank, which I believe every bank should do. Now, they do offer auto loans from 4.87% and up, and it even serves US bases in Europe. Now, Andrews Federal Credit Union is also very unique because they have credit cards that go all the way up to $50,000. Now, they will pull from TransUnion and Experian depending on your region. We've never been able to lock down that exact location, so just be aware it's going to be either or of those. But they also offer $50,000 personal loans, $50,000 lines of credit, and a $10,000 overdraft line of credit. I'm like, yo, why would you need a $10,000 overdraft line of credit? I guess you never know, right? Now, coming in at number 4 is NIH Federal Credit Union. Now, you can actually join NIH just by joining a consumer education group they sponsor for free. I know that's kind of weird, right? But you can get in for free, as I did also. I'll be honest with you, I believe that NIH is one of the most underrated credit unions that doesn't get talked about enough. Now, they do have cash reward credit cards that are up to 4% cash back. They're healthcare worker friendly. That's their whole thing. Now, auto loans are coming in at 4.99%, and they have multiple different credit cards that go all the way up to $25,000 per credit card. Now, they do also offer a $50,000 personal loan. Now, their business sector is crazy with real estate loans all the way up to $5 million. Yes, you heard me right, $5 million. Okay, not 500,000, but $5 million. Now, there is a hard pull on Equifax to join, but it's good for 60 days, and you can also use it for any other credit products. So you could literally double dip on 2 credit cards plus your membership. That's how they roll. And they also have a checking line of credit up to $10,000 also. Now, if for whatever reason you want me to do a full breakdown on any of these credit unions, make sure to drop it in the comment section, the name of the credit union that you want me to speak more about. Coming in at number 5 is Langley Federal Credit Union. It's open to everyone through an online application. They actually keep it really simple. That's what I love about them. But they're coming in with a savings APY up to 4%. They also offer mortgages as low as 6%, which is really awesome at this current time with the current rates that we're seeing on mortgages. But also they offer credit cards, if I can say that properly, credit cards as low as 10.5% APR, which is like way below the national average. Now, their credit cards do go all the way up to $40,000. Yes, you heard me, $40,000, which is crazy. They do pull from Equifax, so be aware. Now, you are allowed to double dip, and you can get 2 credit products with 1 hard pull within a 30-day window, so be aware of that. Now, they also offer a $40,000 personal loan. Now, for any of these credit products out there, entry level for any credit product is going to be a 660 FICO bank card score 8. But be aware, everyone's gonna vary, because if you build the relationship properly, which I'll teach you at the end of the video, you will not have a problem. That's why I always make these videos that say, this credit union is bad credit friendly. friendly because pretty much all of them are, but you have to do it the right way. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using Dispute Beast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Kenneth. Kenneth's credit score went up 282 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. And Arthur's credit score went up 670 points after just 2 rounds with Dispute Beast. But let's not forget Destiny. Destiny's credit score went up 264 points after just 1 round with Dispute Beast. Dispute Beast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now coming in at number 6 is Patelco Credit Union. Now this is a California-based but open to everyone via the partner associations. Now their credit cards are coming in at 10.75%. They also offer high yield savings at 3 to 4%. Now they're very public about this level up loan program that lowers your rate over time. And as I said earlier, if you remember what I said, a lot of these credit unions will lower your rates if you call and ask, or they'll just do them automatically for building and establishing your relationship properly with them. Now, Patelco will also offer $40,000 credit cards, which is pretty crazy, okay? $100,000 personal loans, $50,000 lines of credit, and you can get pre-qualified for any of their credit cards. Now, they will pull from Equifax or Experian. That's also a regional thing. We've never been able to know which is which. It's depending on your area. But the pre-qualified tool is elite for me because you don't get a hard inquiry unless you accept the offer of the credit card. And I'll be honest with you, $100,000 personal loan is pretty damn crazy. It's pretty standard between $30,000 to $50,000 for a personal loan, but $100K, that's pretty bananas. Now coming in at number 7 is one of the unsung heroes out here, Langley Federal Credit Union, that a lot of people don't talk about. Of course, nationwide membership via their charitable association. Credit card rates are starting at 10.5%. If you're paying attention, a lot of them stick between that 10.5 to 11%. Now their checking earns you up to 3.5% APY. Now they are business friendly, so they have a business sector also. Be aware of that. Now Langley Federal Credit Union has $25,000 credit cards. They all go up and cap out at $25K, which is spectacular. High yield saving checkings account, and there's a soft pool on Experian for membership, and there's a soft pre-approval for all credit products. But remember, if you accept the offer, there is going to be a hard inquiry, but it's great that you'll know exactly if you are pre-approved and how much for. But be aware, their business sector is regional to 25 miles from their locations. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles with a lot of these actual credit unions. Now coming in at number 8 is Dover Federal Credit Union. Now this is a Delaware-based, but accessible via certain associations. Always remember the golden rule here. A lot of these credit unions, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them want you to join some type of association, which is very simple. Some of them have small fees and some of them are just simply free. Now their credit cards are starting at 10.74%. They have high yield checking at 2.75%, and their auto loans can stay under 6% interest rates, which is pretty solid, to be honest with you, for this current economic situation. Now their credit cards do come in at $50,000 credit card limits. They also offer cashback credit cards. Now there is a pre-approval online, no hard pull to see if you are approved. That shows your limit and what you're actually approved for, so be aware of that. They also offer a lot of no annual fee credit cards, and of course their interest rates are very competitive and much lower than a lot of the other credit unions. Now they do offer personal loans up to $50,000, and their auto loan terms go all the way up to 84 months, which means you'll die before you pay it off, but some people want that, I guess. Now there is only a soft pool from Experian for membership, but they do also pull just from Experian, and some regions we heard is Equifax, so we're not 100% sure on that, so just be aware of that. Now this next credit union is one of my new favorites because it is actually local to me, but it's available to anyone across the United States. They do have a $50,000 credit card and 2 $25,000 credit cards. This is a very unique credit union because they are very personal. It's not like you submit your application, they tell you immediately you're approved. No, you go through an entire process. Someone's gonna reach out to you through email or through a phone call to talk about your wants and needs and see what's the best fit fit for you, and then you go through the process like that. Now, they do pull from TransUnion only. Now, they do have a 90-day deferral on car loans all the way up until December. So if you're looking to get a car loan, they can defer those first payments for 90 days. Now, they do offer personal loans that go all the way up to $25,000. Now, they do also offer a business sector, but the business sector is very local to North Carolina, so just be aware of that. Or also California, because they are based in North Carolina and in California. Last part's the most important. Now, coming in at number 10 is DCU, which is otherwise known as the Digital Credit Union. Now, be aware there is a soft pull from Equifax for membership, so it doesn't really affect you, but all of their credit products all pull from Equifax. They also offer no annual fee credit cards, and their credit cards do go all the way up to $25,000. They offer the standard items that are just like your auto loans and your personal checking and savings and all of those things like a normal credit union does. Now, one of my big bonuses here is to check your local credit unions, but be aware, all of them are different, but you can literally just check your zip code and Google local credit unions to me in your area, and it'll give you a list of them, and you can look them up and see what they have to offer before you even walk into a location, and you might find some hidden gems. That's kind of how I found Skyla Credit Union, to be honest with you. Now, once you get membership to the credit union of your choice, the multiples if you want to open up a checking and a savings and do a direct deposit. Now, you want to put as much money as you can into your checking and into your savings. Do not touch the money in your savings. Just leave it there. It's going to be your nest egg, and it's going to be your leverage with the credit union. Now, you want to do a secured loan or a CD if the secured loan is not an option. You want to do a term for a minimum of 24 months. Don't do anything less, because remember, this is going to be added to your credit profile, and we want something that's going to have enough age to build up your credit profile and your credit score. Now, we don't want to do any loans that are 6 to 12 months because they're going to open and close and have a very bad negative impact on our credit profile. We want to build our credit score up and our credit profile and our relationship with the credit union. So it's like kill 3 birds with 1 stone. That's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. Now, once the secured loan hits all 3 credit reports, you're going to pick up the phone and call the credit union, and you want to pay off 80 to 90% of the loan, 90% at maximum. And then you're going to tell them, can you please put the remaining amount on auto payment for the next 24 months so it pays itself automatically. Now, what this does is it lowers your debt to income ratio very quickly on your credit reports, and it shows the lenders that you don't owe anybody a bunch of money and that you actually have a real lender on your credit profile, and banks love to see that, and your score will react positively as you continue to build and pay on that secured loan. You want to do all of this for a minimum of 91 days. Now, if you want to reach full maximum potential of getting the highest limits possible, you want to do this for 6 to 8 months. That is the perfect window. I've done this with thousands of my clients, and they're shocked when they get approved for a $25,000 credit card just by following these simple steps. And it's really just that simple. So drop the word freedom in the comments if you're done letting big banks rip you off. And don't forget to smash that like button if you've learned something new today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered another big one with the top 10 best credit unions that anyone can join. Now, if you have any collections or charge-offs on your credit report that you need to delete, make sure to watch this video right here, because it's going to teach you how AI can do all the work for you, and it comes with a 110% money back guarantee, and it's mobile friendly, meaning you just need your phone. You don't need a computer or printer to fix your credit. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.